I'm here at the Divertimenti Culinary Salon, Food and Memory, with Niki Kopcke from Mazí Mas. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me about the group. Tell me about your organization, what you guys are doing.
So we are a social enterprise restaurant actually, which is creating employment for migrant refugee women and bringing global home cooking to London.
So I imagine that you have women from all over the world, so the food memories they must be bringing must be incredible, and the things that they're sharing through recipes and food that they're preparing.
Yeah, they are. They really are absolutely amazing. I mean, food is such a powerful way of maintaining a connection to home when you're far away. And it's also, I think, a way of sort of sedimenting identity. So a lot of the women that I work with are relatively invisible in London. And so, you know, cooking what they used to cook at home in other countries where they had different social relations, where they, you know, had different roles and more expansive roles, is also a way of maintaining a connection in a way to a former self. Which is, it's very powerful, you know, it's a very, very tangible way of reclaiming an identity which is, you know, means something to you.
Well, it's such an intrinsic part of who we are, what we eat, how we eat, where we eat. And when you go someplace foreign and different, all that kind of gets thrown up in the air a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I think also food is, in that sense, a tool of migration too, because, you know, what you bring from over here to London isn't going to remain as it was over there, and it changes in the act of translation, which I think is just so amazing about food.
And how do you find the sharing between the women? Because I would imagine, coming from different kind of food, you know, histories, that there must be a lot of sharing that goes on.
Yeah, there is. It's something that I actually didn't especially think about when I started Mazí Mas, and then that's actually one of the most beautiful things to come out of it, is the extent to which everybody learns from the other, and everybody's interested in, oh, how do you do carrots in Ethiopia? Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh, but you're doing, you know, cabbage a completely different way than I've ever thought of doing it. I mean, it's just amazing, and it generates these really exciting, totally, you know, fusion in a very real sense, you know, in the non sort of cliched sense of the word. It's just beautiful.
I mean, your group has grown enormously, I know, in a very short amount of time. I think you started in 2012, is that right?
We did, yeah, the very end of, yeah.
So where do you envision this? Where would you like to see it go?
I'd like to see us open a restaurant within the next 18 months. That's the dream, and that's also the goal. So we'll see how we get there. But I think that would be just amazing, you know, to have a restaurant in London in which women were cooking together and each cooking their own specialties every night of the week. I mean, it's an incredible thing, but it's also quintessentially London. You know,
Absolutely.
There would be no place like it.
Absolutely. Well, we will be there the opening night. Niki Kopcke, thank you so much for joining us at the Culinary Salon.